welcome to this brand new full edition of the Brian and Pam Show.
Yes, it's been a while.
It's been a while since we've done a full formatted actual episode for our show.
We've missed
this
you.
Formal setting. So, and yeah, we miss you guys. You can see how formal this is. The sun is setting so fast that we are now getting eaten by mosquitoes.
We can't keep up. I had to change my pants.
Yeah, so this is the way it happens, but got to go with what you can do. But we hope that you're all well. It's been a pretty wild and crazy ride around here, right, with the Brian and Pam Show lately?
It has been, and maybe you have heard, and maybe you're new to the Brian and Pam Show, and you just started subscribing because you may have seen us in some venues.
So yes, this is serious. Okay, so a reporter found out about us from the Daily Record and thought it might run on the weekend. Well, I went and picked up the Sunday paper, and as you can see, I did not see anything much about the Brian and Pam Show, and I'm searching throughout the paper.
And it's Sunday, so we're like, well, it's probably not.
Maybe we got cut out of the paper. Yeah. But sure enough, under the Acme ad, there we are on the front page of the Daily Record, all about the Brian and Pam Show. Which is so crazy. So thank you for our supporters. So I'll show you a close-up of this.
And thank you everyone that gave us the paper and cut out stuff for us and saved stuff for us. That was really nice.
Yeah, so it didn't stop there. It kept going. So this is another local paper here, the Neighbor News, front page right there, the Brian and Pam Show. Now, apparently doing a show from your house and sharing your life with everybody is apparently interesting, because this did not just get picked up by papers here in New Jersey. Where did we end up, sweetie?
Colorado. And
Iowa.
Was there a Michigan?
Yeah, Detroit picked it up.
Yeah.
There are papers in Rochester.
There was some Democrat
and Chronicle, where I'm not sure where that is, but thank you for tuning into the Brian and Pam Show. And, believe it or not, USA Today picked up the story about the Brian and Pam Show and is now on usatoday.com. So it's actually on the website. So thank you very much for all this awesome publicity.
It's very exciting.
So we appreciate this. Now, if you're wondering how this all began, where in the world did the Brian and Pam Show suddenly get all this publicity from? It all began with a goose.
So we were on a hike in Boonton, and we walked down this kind of waterfall kind of area where you can hike. And Caitlin spotted a bird in the water, and we just assumed that it was kind of like a duck that was circling around in the whirlpool or something. And it turned out that it was a goose, and that it was actually hurt, and we could tell that it was hurt. Seriously hurt, yeah. Yeah. So the goose spent the night in our house.
Yeah, and Molly read it a story and stuff, so it was a pretty wild story. So why don't we share the goose story now?
Yes.
So take a look. This is the goose story. Have a look.
Yeah.
Wait, we can't save him?
He doesn't look good at all.
We have to touch him with something. That looks like it.
He's in a bad spot here, so what if...
Don't step on Molly's dress.
Jill, no further. Jill, no further. River, actually.
In the river. And then we went down, and then we got the police to come and get him. And then now he's in that box. And we wanted to save him. So we're gonna bring him home for the night, and then bring him to Raptor Trust in the morning. Egg that it turned out as the eggs were falling.
It's okay. We're gonna go now, okay? Yeah, it's okay.
So we have some sad news. When we brought the goose to the rescue center, they discovered that his skull was broken and his leg was broken, so he had to get put to sleep. And it was very sad.
But I think we did the right thing bringing him to Raptor Trust, because he would have suffered a long time if we hadn't put him to sleep, and his life would be worse than it is now.
Bye, Rocky. I'll miss you.
So
anyway,
yeah,
so sad story, unfortunately, with the goose.
did not have a happy ending, but I think the girls really learned something from it, and it was nice. It was nice to see the police department really get involved, and I think that's why the story got so much press. Really.
Yeah, the Bhutan police were amazing. The Bhutan officer, apparently one of the first responding officers, it was his first day on the job, had finished the academy and stuff. So it was a great opportunity for the police to promote the fact that we have our officer here and he's learning police work, and helping kids help this goose was a big deal. So thank you very much to the Bhutan police. And ironically, the same day, so Pam and I happened to have won an opportunity to co-host a radio show, right?
Oh yes, actually that's why we're wearing these outfits, because we thought it was pretty funny that we're wearing these outfits in the paper, because two different pictures taken on the same day.
Right.
But
so
then
two
we
different ones.
also
So while we were,
we
had this opportunity. You can't really see too well here.
yes,
I'll
but
zoom in on
you
it.
can tell the shirt.
Right, and I got my shirt. The same day, we won an opportunity to co-host up at WSUS 102.3 FM up in Sussex County, New Jersey, and we were their co-hosts for the day and had a great time up there.
We kind of filmed behind the scenes at the show and filmed a little bit of the guys talking, so it was cool.
And it was Steve Andrews that we were with, right?
Yes.
Steve.
And Steve Allen
is the
came
other
in
host.
to do a little part of the show.
So check out a little bit of them. They did a great job promoting the Brian and Pam show. So check out, here's a clip of us on WSUS 102.3 and hosting. Here, check it out.
It is 8:38, 72 degrees, sunny at 102.3 WSUS. We're back with Brian and Pam from the Brian and Pam show. Okay, Brian, you've been doing this for how many years now?
It's going on 3 years now.
3 years. What's been the most fun episode you've done so far that you like the best?
By far, our cross-country road trip. So we drove our minivan, our Toyota Sienna, 2006, 7,000 miles from here to California
Wow.
and back with 3 kids. And our youngest was not even 2 yet? Or
And she was not
pretty
even
big.
potty trained.
Yeah.
And
If you can
people are
imagine.
following you on Facebook as you're doing this.
So, yeah, we
You're
put-
doing
we-
Facebook Live as you're doing this.
Yeah, we put these magnets all over our van. Brian and Pam shows. Tell us where you're spotting us. Where are you seeing us? And it
Wow.
became an interactive road trip. And all of a sudden, wherever we went, people were, sending us notes, posting pictures of us, sending us, hey, that's me behind you, beeping at you.
Amazing.
It was end up becoming this huge thing, and all these adventures along the way. It just became crazy. And literally, we just ended up in a random town one night and ended up staying overnight because Pam ended up having a coworker invite us over.
My work
And-
was actually featuring the Brian and Pam show on the wall for a creative thing at the time, so all of our coworkers were following.
And we ended up just being, again, right place at the right time. As I'm an EMT, ended up this boy was drowning in a pool, ended up helping to save him. And again, we're not planning these things for our show, but all of a sudden, we're helping revive this boy. And the family was so happy and stuff. They ended up posting on our Brian and Pam show page and sharing this story and stuff. So it's just, you just never know where it's going, and we're just trying to keep it light.
Life is an adventure on its own, and you guys go out and look for adventure. So that's
I
great.
tell you, we just turned the
That's
cameras
true.
on. It seems like the adventures are already there. We're just turning the cameras on.
Pam,
now.
what's your favorite episode?
So I don't know. It's not a whole episode. It was our first sound test. You can probably find it
screen test,
on Facebook. But I think all the ladies can probably identify when you get your hair done. It's always going to cost more than what you think it's going to cost, and you're kind of anxious to tell your husband how much it's going to cost. So Brian texted me while I was at the salon. We were telling this show on our screen test. Brian texted me while I was at the salon with some good news, and I texted him back, now might be a good time to tell you that this is going to be $200. And
Now, I
he
forgot where
said
she was, so
he didn't know where I was, so he texted me back, what's $200?
with a question mark, asking a question.
And I read it as,
What's $200?
Oh, okay.
And I was like, you know what? You're right. It's worth it. It's my hair. I
He's
have
a
to.
modern guy. He supports $200.
He totally
hair.
understands. So we told this story, and we just were dying when we realized that we really truly misunderstood each other in text. So we told this story as our screen test of the Brian and Pam show to see if we could do like a talk show kind of format, and we were just cracking up the whole time. So I think that's my favorite little mini story.
Yeah,
it's
little
not
snippet.
as much an adventure, but it's kind of the kind of things that
It's
we
the
like
kind
to
of things
talk
that
about.
happen on our show. Our
Absolutely.
misadventures and misunderstandings become a story.
And the text messages, that happens all the time.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll be back with Brian and Pam in a few more minutes. It is 8:42 right now, 72 degrees with Maroon 5.
So
that
that was
was-
a lot of fun.
That
actually.
was really fun. I've never done anything like that before, and I would definitely do it again.
Yeah, we had
It was really cool.
a really good time. And the guys up there are just so great. Steve Andrews, Steve Allen. So thank you for having us. We had a great time. You guys are a lot of fun.
Yes.
Now here's something. Check out Pam and I doing the weather. This is your first time doing the weather report,
Yes.
right?
Well, I mean, Brian took the cake on this one.
I mean, I've never done weather before, but
He
I
did
suddenly
weather
got
like
into
a
the
pro.
zone.
Well, I mean, you did want to be a meteorologist, right?
That
when
is
you were
true.
younger. So this was
Yeah.
kind of a dream come true. It was like,
It was like something fulfilled because even at Rutgers, when I was, in college, I took a meteorology class and had always wanted to be a weatherman until I found out how much math was involved.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. This was kind of like being a meteorologist, getting the glory without having to do like the really hard work of
Right. So,
meteorology.
so check this out. You want to know the weather tomorrow? Check out my report right here. And Pam also doing current temperatures in the area. So check this out.
Mine was really good.
But right now, we're going to let Brian and Pam be me and tell you what the weather's going to be today. So here goes.
It's going to be a beautiful day today with partly sunny skies, a high of 82 degrees. Tonight we're looking at clear skies with a low of 57. Tomorrow, again, partly cloudy, possibly a shower with a high of 80.
And right now it is 73 in Hapakong, in Highland Lakes, and in Hackettstown.
I'm going on vacation in like a week or two. I think I'll be calling these guys again.
All right.
So yeah, I
So-
mean, I guess no competition.
No
I'm-
competition.
I mean, he gave me the same temperature in 3 different cities. So it
yeah,
wasn't-
it would have been a little bit more dynamic for Pam, perhaps, if like one
had
town
been
was
some varied
75
weather.
degrees and one was 74 instead of them all being the same. So, you can only
it's
go
okay.
with
Next
what it is.
time. I mean, I guess the weather is.
Get in
what
the
it is.
moment, zone,
I mean, yeah.
and check it out. Now, as you can see out here tonight, it is pretty much a clear night, and it's completely pitch black, and now there are mosquitoes surrounding us. So yes,
Mm-hmm.
we are outside filming because you know what? We can only do our show when we can do our show, and somehow the sun has gone down, and we're
This
still
is
sitting out
not
here.
in direction.
This is, I don't think anybody can see live. We're still here if you're watching. So we're streaming behind the scenes today if you're wondering who I'm talking to. So anyway, radio, if you have any other radio clips, we'll show them
So am
now.
I going to be on your show? Like, am I going to be on the...
Absolutely. If so we have to,
There he is.
I want to be on the show, too. I don't want to be left out.
That's right. Say hello. We've got
You can like Steve Andrews on Facebook, too. Follow me. I would love that, too. It's called cross-promotion, right?
absolutely.
That's correct.
We're waiting
So-
for the commercials to play.
We have a little bit of time before our break here, so we're just gonna take a quick look. All right, so tell us what we're looking
So
at here.
here are the commercials.
Okay.
And here's the music that plays. It's all in sound files now. There are no turntables, and they still call us DJs, but we're not jockeying.
There's no disc to jockey.
No, we're not.
Right?
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
I'm just a sound file jockey now.
Yeah. Oh, nice. So it's all built in there and stuff. You got a fancy control board in here.
Yeah, control board, and of course my computer. Since we were talking, it's kind of gone dead. But this is where when I write my
Your
features,
scripts and features and stuff.
my live breaks. I'm writing it right here as I'm sitting doing the show. I'm writing at the same time.
Oh, okay, cool. It's kind of a live and interactive happening as we go, basically.
Yep. It's a live
real time.
live morning show, real time.
This is real. This is really happening. And stuff, of course.
live and local.
And by the way, should we check and see? Does Steve have the fuzzy bunny slippers on? Let's just. Do you mind if I?
Nothing impressive.
Nothing. Okay.
They are
We really.
Sears walking shoes.
All right. We thought maybe we were going to catch him with the fuzzy bunny slippers on, but all right. Tune in next time. We'll catch him with the fuzzy bunny slippers. Well, that pretty much catches up all our adventures, but never a dull moment. God bless you.
excuse me.
Around
Sorry.
here. Pam, who has an eye for things that need to be improved.
Eye for an eyesore.
Eye for an eyesore. Tell us what project you decided to undertake.
Well,
in all of your
first of
free
all,
time
I'm famous
traveling the world.
for.
You're famous, yes, but yes. Sorry, I'm sorry. Let me just read this to you. While she's on the subject, I'm not bitter at all. But on the front page of the Sunday paper,
There's a large quote.
There's a large quote over here from Pam Wheelock. I'll zoom in on this. We always seem to get involved. And that way, we were living a show before we started shooting. Pam Wheelock, star of the Brian and Pam Show, not co-host, not co-star. She is the star, flat out. They don't even mention me. I mean, I'm in the article, but I didn't make like my own little bracket. Anyway, go ahead, star.
At least they didn't call it the Pam and Brian Show.
It didn't. Yes, that's
Another
discussion for another day.
Many people do.
Yes, many people do. Even those that parody us. But anyway, go ahead and tell us about your makeover.
So, I'm kind of famous for just taking a project that needs to be done and just starting it without really knowing exactly what the end game is. Like one time I just took all of our cabinet doors off in our kitchen knowing that I wanted to paint them. But I got to remove everything first before I even usually take a before picture. So, our mailbox was really sad. I don't know are you going to show a picture of it?
Yeah, take a look at this. Is the before
Yes.
picture of our mailbox. So have a look how bad it was. Take a look.
Yes, and
So I think her face says it all. I think you pretty much summed up people's reaction, including our mailman,
yeah.
as he approached it every day. It probably looked
Seriously,
like that.
our
So,
poor mailman and sometimes mailwoman.
Yes.
I really felt bad. So, we had just repainted our house, redid a lot of stuff on our house, redid our gutters and everything. And so, when you do one project, it makes everything else look really a lot worse. So that's
Right.
kind of what happened with our mailbox. So our mailbox you could see there was pollen falling down behind the wood paneling thing, whatever that stuff was on the top, and so it was like prying that off,
It was
and it
peeling
was
it
just
off, yeah.
there were lots of insects living inside, and anyway, it was bad.
So take a look at what Pam saw was the potential for this mailbox, and this special edition, and perhaps only edition, of Mailbox Makeover.
So today we're going to talk about a home improvement project that we embarked on yesterday. It was kind of spontaneous. We didn't really have a lot of pre-planning involved. So yesterday, maybe we can throw up the picture of what this looked like yesterday. Yeah, so you can see the mailbox was covered with this. And Brian and I moved in here, 10 years ago? And this is how the mailbox came. We didn't actually purchase the mailbox. So it may have been here since the 60s, I don't know. But it was starting, it probably wasn't horrible to begin with, but then it started falling apart and these little planks started separating. I don't know if you can see from the picture, but they were like this. And then pollen would fall down inside, and then insects would live and breed in the, in the pollen. It was quite disgusting. And so it was kind of like inching further away from the mailbox. And so one day, which was yesterday for us, we just decided that it was time, and we started peeling this stuff off. So underneath was kind of like a brown paint color, and all of this is glue, where they actually stuck the wood paneling to the mailbox. And so there was like just a ton of glue stuck on there. So it took a little bit of doing, but we were like, we knew that we had extra paint from our house, this nice blue color. So we were thinking, why not just repurpose that and you know, make something out of the mailbox. So first I had to remove all of the glue and all the gunk and all the just nastiness. And so I used some Goo Gone to get the glue off, and then I scraped it all down with a screwdriver. So it actually came off pretty clean, pretty nice. I was surprised when I actually put the paint on how smooth it turned out. So here is some evidence of how we do home improvement. So there were 3 cans of the paint, right? And I got all 3 out, and I figured there must be something in these cans. So I open up the top of the first one, and it's great, you know, there's like a little bit in the bottom. I'm like, this would probably do the whole mailbox. It's a good thing about a small painting project. And then there was the second can, which I opened up, and this was stuck inside. The paintbrushes from our last painting job. You know what I'm thinking? We were probably like, one night we were tired of painting, and we're like, well, maybe if we just seal the can up, then it'll preserve it and we won't actually have to clean out the brushes for tomorrow, is what I'm thinking. That's like, if I had to go back and think of my thought. I'd like to blame the guys that were helping us on the house, but this might have been our doing. So there were 3 in there, and they were all stuck in there. We couldn't even remove the paintbrushes. There was just enough in this can, and I found 1 brush in our house that was not already gunked up. So, so one interesting note that there were all of these holes down here where I guess you're supposed to nail the mailbox to the post, but ours were just open, and then additional nail holes where this stuff was actually nailed onto the mailbox. So what we did was, in the absence of we didn't have to buy anything for this project because we already had the paint. So in the absence of actual real putty or anything like that, we just took painter's tape and we put it behind here, and then the paint was like a borderline drying, so it was kind of stickier, and we just kind of filled in the holes so that you can't actually see those nail holes anymore. We tried another way. We tried patching the entire thing on top with the painter's tape, but there was such a bubble there that it wasn't working. So it looked even worse when I covered it up and painted over it. So, you know, you try and you sometimes fail and you learn. But the last thing I did was the post. We already had some of this spray paint, it has like a hammered look to it, they call it, which is basically like a texture. And so it said that you can use it on metal and wood, and bare wood, which this definitely was. I don't think it was ever treated with anything. And I just sprayed it down, and one of our neighbors just commented that it almost looks like a stain instead of a paint. It turned out really nice. I think it has that kind of like distressed look, but not as distressed as our mailbox looked before. Like in a good way, like a shabby chic kind of thing. So that's my next job, is to stick that on. And then I did, we thought of all the details, and we're doing the handle here in the hammered look too. I think it might be dry now. So I'm gonna stick that back on there, and that will be absolutely beautiful. And I think that's all, right? Did I cover it all? So for no money at all, just with the equipment and the supplies that we found in our house, we were able to go from terribly distressed to beautifully distressed.
Let's come back. So, apparently...
Wait, hold on. We have to finish this before.
Our sign is falling. We're about to finish, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Good. Love you.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay.
All right, so we're losing our sign, which means we have to hurry up.
This is really ironic that we're talking about Mailbox Makeover. So I hope you liked that. Wasn't that amazing? Like, what a fantastic job Pam did on that. And for how much did you spend on that?
$0.
$0.00. So if you need to
Of
get
course,
something
we already
done,
had the paint,
yeah.
so that
And
was.
Molly's trying to help. Our sign is literally falling down. Apparently,
Oh,
we need
thank you. Can you just hold it like that,
a
Mom?
Brian and Pam show sign makeover. So
Yes. Is that all?
that's it. So apparently, we are caught up, at least for now, on this edition of the Brian and Pam show. So thank you so much for joining us here as we are broadcasting live in some places at night. And there goes our sign. So I think
Just hold it like
yeah,
that,
just,
Molly.
Molly, don't move. Okay, Molly, 4-year-old Molly's gonna hold it up. So we hope all is well. We look forward to being back here with new episodes and new editions of the Brian and Pam show. So we look forward to seeing you. Please remember to like us on Facebook. And what else, Pam? Follow us on, subscribe on YouTube.
I would say follow us on Twitter, but I don't know if
You can, yeah, you can. Yeah, we're on
follow
Twitter.
us on Twitter.
And also subscribe to our
YouTube channel.
and keep watching on TV. Those that have us on TV.
Coming
So,
soon, Instagram.
Yes,
I'm
we're
gonna
gonna
just
make
say it out there because
We're
so
getting
we'll do
there.
it.
So, all right, guys. Thank you so much for watching the Brian and Pam show, and thank you and welcome to all of our new followers. And again, a special thank you to 102.3 WSUS and all those that are Daily Record, USA Today, all those that are featuring us. We appreciate it, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Good job, Molly.
Awesome job.
To contact Brian and Pam, send us an email at brianandpamshow@gmail.com.
You can also like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and watch our YouTube channel. And don't forget to subscribe.
We'd love to hear your feedback and suggestions.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.
When we do a home makeover project, it's monumental. We have to record it. Let me know when. So today we're going to talk about a little home improvement project that people seldom. Start over.
I'll do the clap.